All right. Guess I got picked out. Oh, that branch fell down. That came off that tree. So all these trees right here, welcome back to the channel. All these trees right here were supposed to come down about 2 years ago. They actually might even still have the, this board came down. So I'm assuming this building is going to fall down eventually. That's why I'm not really repairing it. As you can see, it's in kind of rough shape. These might still have the paint on them. This one still kind of does. This, yeah, you can see it. You can see there's a line right here. So I was supposed to get these trees taken down probably about 2 years ago. And the guy, it was like a full day, so I paid him for a full day of work of taking down trees. And he took down probably, I think, about 14 trees. And this whole area he couldn't get to in time, so he just never came back, which is kind of weird. He said he would come back on a Sunday and he'll charge me for a half day. He never showed back up. This tree was supposed to come down, and the reason why I was going, ooh, that's not good. That's new. So the reason why I said that this building is going to fall down eventually is because you can see how the foundation's starting to bow out. The cost to repair this would be astronomical in terms of just rather than just replacing it, or in some cases might just knock it down and just leave it like that. Okay, you guys see how bowed out that is? It's not even showing up really well, but it's really bowed out. There you go. You see how that's kind of separated as well. But it's that time of the year. And I usually don't go in here that often because there's really nothing in here. And I'm kind of scared something's gonna fall down on me. But yeah, these are actually trash finds. So you have that piece. You guys, I grabbed that in the spring. The guy said there was something wrong. It ran, but it just never went full force. I was going to sell it at the flea market, never got around to it. This is when I bought, or I found all the blow molds that were cracked. This is one of the last remaining ones that I have. That one's in good shape. His eye's a little beat up. That's the straight shaft weed whacker. It's kind of like, and then you have that over there. I think Paper Moose found that. She gave that to me for scrap. It's my cast iron pile. But I am here to grab these guys. We got 2, 4. I think 4's enough. I think it needs a new coat of spray paint. Nah, looks pretty good. Then what do I need? Oh, I need this hammer. And Mr. Groundhog lives in this hole over here. And I used to put a trap up here, but I was catching like possums and skunks, and it was just like, it was kind of just a pain in the butt. So Mr. Groundhog, if you want to return, I know you have returned, but you can stay there as long as you want. The reason why I really don't use this building for a lot of like good storage is because the joists and everything is starting to bow out because of that foundation, so it's just not safe. So it's kind of like, if something falls on, it is what it is. If it falls down, it happens. I think that's in there pretty solid. So I'm going to do a couple more of these and then we'll be done with this. Today is auction day. I'm doing a little bit of winterizing around the property, but we're going to head out to an estate auction and hopefully find some good things and some treasures and some neat items, and we'll see where the day takes us. All right, it's this way it looks like. Public auction. Wow, it's already slammed. Already slammed. I could probably park there. You know what? I'm going to just keep driving up here. I can already tell it's going to be a pretty crowded auction. It's not that far of a walk, which is nice. So good. Yeah. Ooh, I did not do that though, so better not be responsible for that. So there was actually, that's not it. Maybe it's the next house over. I had an online auction with one of my favorite auctioneers probably about 4 years ago. I think this is Larry's truck. Looks like something Larry would have. Let's see. Yep, it's gotta be Larry. Oh, there's Larry. It's my neighborhood.
No, I can't miss out, huh? Wait till you see it all.
I was on the hills. I had a 76 tank. Double wheel for the back? No, it's not double wheel, but it's 4-wheel drive. Oh, that's nice. So, is it Ford or sale over there for the Miller and Rexes, and they had a nice one over there, cab air conditioning, you know, 4-wheel drive, and we bid that up for $55,000. We didn't get it. So then the guy who had it, he had the newer for only $500.
You got a basement?
Dude, there's no basement. Did you go in the basement?
I didn't do a bid on it.
Oh yeah.
Allowed to.
Very funny. Hey, life choices, man.
$13 there now, 14 at $13 bill, 14, $14 bill, 13, $14 bill. You bought them $13 in the back, $13. Well, you got the foot, huh? You got NFL on it. The lot goes one money. $3 bin there now, bin now, 3 bin, 2 bin, 2 now, 2 there, 3. 2 now, 3 on bin, 4 bin, 5 now, 6 on bin, 7 on 8 now, 9. 8 now, 9 bin, 9 bin, 10 there, 11 on bin, 12. 13 on bin, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 bin, 2.5, 5. 25 now, 7.5. 30 bin, 2.5. At 30 on bin, 30 bin, 2.5. Number 10 at $30. Number 10.
Alright, here's my pile forming. Starting to form. This is painting only on the plate. Great. I don't know if that's really a painting. 50 cents, I mean, come on, you can't pass it up. It says $23, so I don't know, maybe that's just a frame. This isn't going to work. On top of this. Very, very cheap today. A lot of things are going for $1, 50 cents, $2, so starting to pile up over here. Alright. Hauling around my goods today. I'm going to stick around for a little bit longer, but we got a couple boxes of just housewares. Got some clothes as well, some vintage 90s stuff. Kind of what I oh geez, it's kind of what I grabbed. I gotta figure out, I can put that back in there, but got some clothes, older Wilson shirt. Unfortunately, these don't really sell. These and Spalding I find everywhere. This is a nothing. We got an older, got a Logo 7 or Logo Athletic, Logo 7 Eagles jersey, as the Eagles look to try to get a playoff spot. I don't even know who Detmer is, but it's nothing really great. It's like a $10 jersey. And a whole bunch of housewares. Probably my favorite find is this drawer blade. I don't see a name on it. He tried selling this individually for $10. No one wanted it. So then she's like, all right, no one wants it. We'll throw it in a box lot. So I'm like, give me $2 for a box lot. No one said anything. Eventually it sold for 50 cents. So I got the drawer blade for 50 cents plus all this other stuff I probably really don't need. A couple gardening tools. A bunch of tools. I think my like total tab right now is up like $6. So really not too much. They're offering the real estate right now, and I'm going to continue to do some more in the box lot area.
There we got 2 bags of mulch, 2 brown bags of brown mulch, and I'll tell you what, there's one over there. Well, give me $10 and go over the line. Well, 10 down here, not 10. 10 bits down here, not 10. 10 bits down here, not 10. 5 down here, not 5. 5 bits down here, not 5. 5. Anybody give me $2 and go for all the mulch? 2 bits down here, not 2. 2 down here, not 2. 2. Anybody a $1? 1 bit down here, not 2. 2 down here, not 3.
You're loading it.
Down here, not 3. 2 down here, now 6. 6 to be 3 down here, now 3. Sold, you got them at $2. Number 5. All right, now we got Marine Corps, man, Iwo Jima. All right, 5. You know what? I'm gonna put them all together. We got 3 books, Marine Corps.
All right, so kind of concluding what we have here. Left the auction. I'm back at the house now. Unfortunately, I can't stop off at the warehouse. I need to get stone at some time, and how long it took me to spread this stone Can't really park on it because it rained so much today and it's really warm out. The ground is extremely soft right now, so the van might get stuck. So I decided not to park up there, and hopefully I can get rid of this stuff before the next trash picking day. That's a big thing with this, is there's a lot of inventory management that goes with doing these YouTube videos and buying and selling, and everything that I kind of do is inventory management is huge, because otherwise you're going to just be throwing scrap metal and trash finds on top of this if you really don't inventory your stuff properly. So I'm probably going to have to go through a lot of this stuff after the video concludes, considering it is raining out. I might wait until tomorrow morning to do it. But a bunch of random things. I spent a whopping total of $13 today. Overall, it was a really, really successful day. Here we have an older hubcap. R. I'm trying to think about what R might be. So this might be a fairly uncommon one. Someone out there is probably screaming at their TV or computer right now saying what the R actually stands for. Nothing's coming to my head right now. Nothing is coming to my head right now. What is this? Cheesecloth. I don't know. A bunch of these squeegees. A lot of stuff is probably going to just be thrown in the trash. They did have a BMW there. They had a BMW, I think it was a 3 Series. I think that's what they're called. 2019. It sold for $29,000. And the retail price, I think they bought it for $44,000. So the guy who did buy it actually is someone who owns a dealership. And I asked him how much he thinks it's probably worth there at his dealership. He said probably between $34,000 to $35,000 is what they're going to ask for it. So that's what was there. I joked around with Larry. Larry was like, well, you know, if it goes cheap enough, would you buy it? And I was like, yeah, but I don't think it's going for like $2,000. So that was kind of out of the window. At these auctions especially, you can sometimes get a good deal on automobiles. Got some oil. This is transmission fluid. The bottom one looks like it might be oil. It is. 10 weight 30. Oil cans, nothing great here. This is transmission fluid, so that's nothing really great. This is probably worth about $3. It's not really worth much. A bunch of household stuff. I'm going to run this inside because I figured I can use some napkins for $2 or $1 for whatever I paid for this. There's a lot of things in here that I will end up using. This is stainless, made in China. Got your knife set. Frozen Pops, Alenco, 1993. 1993. Wow. Wow. A couple other cool things as well. I did actually, Paper Moose was there as well, so she bought some things, and since she parked kind of far away, I decided to tell her just, hey, throw your stuff in the back. And then she took off, and she didn't get her stuff, but on her channel, she'll probably go through some of the finds that she got. She got like 3 or 4 boxes as well, and a couple other things, but more households over there. I do have a bunch of tools that I got. I got some pliers set here, socket set as always, a bunch of screwdrivers. So it was really, really a good day. Did that lock? So this thing actually locked on me. No, we're good. That's why I don't like closing this thing completely, is because that thing locks on you. Did buy these prints. These they had a ton of these. I don't know how many. They probably had 20 to 25 of these, and they were selling them throughout the whole day. Some were bigger. They sold extremely cheap, and I'm going to see how well they do. They are really nice frames. They're not old. That's the only issue. But if they do really well, now I know in the future to keep on buying these, because they had some really beautiful ones. But it was one of those things where it's like, you might damage it on the way home. Some were chipped. This, some galvanized. Got some oil. You got an oil can over there. It's also for oil. And then I got a bunch of vintage antique kind of stuff here. This is probably my favorite find. This is a scale. That is for your wall. That I think is for an oil lamp. That might be it. I don't think it's a kerosene lamp. think that piece goes inside there. I've had a bunch of them in the past. The big thing is they can't be broken. And this looks like a postal scale. This looks like a postal scale. So a nice older, smaller postal scale as well. Don't think it's worth that much online. Got an iron. But some cool finds nonetheless. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed this treasure hunt, make sure to smack that like button. I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow for our next adventure. And until next time, have a great day. Keep living the dream. Peace.